please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of
Chairman Hayes, Vice Chair Nichols, Mr. Higgins, and members of the Board of Education, Dr. Markley, senior leadership, parents, family, friends, alumni, and most importantly, class of 2013. Welcome to the 90th commencement ceremony for historic New Hanover High School. Although this is considered to be a ceremony, and there will be portions of this ceremony that require silence, this is also a celebration. So, in recognition of the spirit of celebration and understanding that we all want to yell, scream, and cheer for the class before us, I am going to give every section of this Coliseum 10 seconds to out-cheer the next section, starting with this section. Section to my right. And there's one more section. Folks, we are gathered here today with the class of 2013 and about 5,000 of our closest friends and family members. Now for the class of 2010, give your loved ones some love. Go ahead. Folks, you just took part in the biggest pep rally in New Hanover history. New Hanover High School family, this afternoon we come together for the 90th time as Wildcat Nation, for the 90th time witnessing a new generation of Hanoverians as they graduate, walking across this stage and onto the grander stage of their lives. As we hand over the program to Student Body President, we ask that all of our audience members keep in mind the mantra that got your child here today. Respect self, respect others, and respect tradition. We ask that we give each individual speaking and walking across the stage the dignity and respect they so richly deserve, as do their families. As we are New Hanover, this is our graduation, and now it is our community's chance to shine. Class of 2013, this is your day. Let's make this one special. Please help me welcome your student body president, Ms. Sophie Fiona Cott.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, family, and guests. Welcome to the New Hanover High School graduation of the class of 2013. For the majority of the graduates sitting in front of me, the halls, classrooms, music rooms, and athletic fields of New Hanover High School have been a home to us for the past 4 years. Since the fall of 2008, we have experienced several tragedies and the loss of friends. In spite of that, we have overcome these obstacles, improved ourselves successful, and accomplished to be here celebrating this afternoon. For the people that know me, I have never been considered a person short of words to say, ever. But as I considered what to say this afternoon, I struggled to find words to articulate my memories and reflections onto paper. How do you define the past 4 years in only 90 seconds? I am obviously going to leave out many highlights, and I apologize in advance. As a class, we have experienced the change to a new principal. Our men's basketball team won its 14th state championship title, and the football team came extremely close. The football team did, however, snap a 15-year losing streak to Hoggard, and we have been undefeated ever since. Lovable Miss Munn danced with legit. Miss Hospitalis was truly comparable to Beyonce in Dreamgirls. We witnessed Coach Garrison rap at pep rallies, and Miss Cassidy performed the worm. Though there were numerous other eventful moments, our times together have been truly unforgettable. Through it all, wonderful administrations and hardworking faculty supported us. One in particular I would like to recognize today as being an amazing and influential person to every New Hanover student and parent throughout his many years associated with the school. This person is Mr. Jackie Blackmore. You are truly incredible and will be extremely missed. Enjoy your retirement. You deserve it. I love you. Excuse me. As we all take steps toward the next phase of our journey through life, whether it be college, the workforce, the armed services, or other options, I recall the famous words of Dr. Seuss from my early childhood readings. He once stated in Oh, the Places You'll Go, "You have brains in your head, you have shoes in your feet. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose." It is humorous to think how words that are applicable to toddlers and young children remain relevant to a group of high school graduates. After today, a whole new set of possibilities awaits. We must each utilize our head and feet in addition to our youthful energy to create realistic paths that will lead us each to a fulfilling life. Additionally, we need to be passionate about what we choose to do in life in order to achieve happiness. If I can paraphrase my favorite TV commercial, if you are happy with your job and career, you never work a day in your life. Congratulations to all graduates, and tremendous thanks to everyone who contributed to getting us here today. On behalf of the class of 2013, welcome to the 90th commencement of New Hanover High School.
On behalf of the graduating class of 2013, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our honored guests and dignitaries for sharing this special occasion with us. Please stand when we call your names. Joining us is Superintendent Dr. Tim Markley.
Chairman of the Board of Education, Donald S. Hayes. Which one do we announce? I don't see him.
Vice Chairman Jeanette S. Nichols.
And board members, Janice A. Kavanaugh, Tammy J. Koval, Lisa Estep, Dr. Derek G. Hickey, and Edward B. Higgins, Jr.
Last but not least, New Hanover County Schools Chief Technology Officer, Dawn Brinson.
Thank you again for being with us on this very memorable day.
Of the beggar and the king. Everybody, every day, you and I, we all can say words regarded as a complicated tool, created by man, implicated by mankind. Words, obsession of the genius and the fool. Everybody, every day, everywhere, in every way. Oh, words, find them, you can use them, say them, you can hear them, write them, you can read them, love them, fear them. Words, transmitted as we're fitted from the start, received by all, and we're sentenced to a life with words. Impression of the stupid and the smart. Everybody, every day, you and I, we all can say words. Inside your head can come alive as they're said, softly, loudly, modestly, and proudly. Words, expression by the living and the dead. Everybody, every day, everywhere, in every way. Oh, words, find them, you can use them, say them, you can hear them, write them, you can read them, love them, fear them.
Please be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize our seniors who received the Nancy Stovall Horton Academic Achievement Award last week. When I call your name, would you please stand? Sarah Elizabeth Bayless, daughter of Leanne and Richard Bayless, attending North Carolina State University. Hannah Leslie Bosu, daughter of Marie and Stephen Bosu, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Heather Marie Caudill, daughter of Celicia and John Caudill, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Madeline Merritt Drury, daughter of Rebecca Nichols and John Drury, attending Duke University. Catherine Ross Harris, son of Jane and Catherine Harris, attending North Carolina State University. Kyle Harris Hodges, son of Dawn and J.D. Hodges, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Madison Day Jones, daughter of Lisa and Sterling Jones, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Sophie Fiona Cott, daughter of Greg Cott and the late Shanae Murphy, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Stephen Blake Ledger, son of Stephen and Kelly Ledger, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Jason Nicholas Maraveas, son of Jennifer and Nick Maraveas, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Sarah Lyle McMurdy, daughter of Lyle and Brian McMurdy, attending Tulane University. Blake Montana Migliera, son of Doriana and Stephen Migliera, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. John Patrick Pascarillo, son of Rita and John Pascarillo, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Sarah Gabrielle Pittman, daughter of Shelley and Robert Pittman, attending Meredith College. Robert Sr. III, son of Angela and Robert Sr. II, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Kimberly Summer Thornton, daughter of Emma Kay and Doug Thornton, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Mark Stephen Tinsley Jr., son of Kelly and Mark Tinsley, attending Georgia Institute of Technology. David Grayson Weatherford, son of Beth and David Weatherford, attending the College of Charleston. Kristen Gwen Young, daughter of Gwen and Alan Young, attending North Carolina State University. The class of 2010 salutatorian, Hunter William Dawson, son of Lori and Bruce Dawson, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And the valedictorian for the class of 2013, Spencer Anthony Lewis, son of Erica and Steve Lewis, attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I now present Hunter William Dawson, your salutatorian.
Hello, family, friends, faculty, administration, and fellow graduates. It is said that while we only have one past, we have infinite futures. This is something that I have always kept in mind because it gave me a sense of security. No matter what I did, right or wrong, I knew that I could always change the path I was on through hard work and perseverance. Who you are today does not have to define who you will be tomorrow. That is for you to decide. I do, however, know one thing with certainty. Everyone that is graduating today has an incredibly bright future ahead of them, full of surprises, opportunities, and achievements. Our time at New Hanover has successfully prepared us for what's next in life. Whether it is college, the military, work, or whichever path you choose, hard work and determination will enable you to be successful. After sophomore year, I decided to transfer from Laney High School to New Hanover. This was by far one of the most important and nerve-wracking decisions that I'd ever made. I had to reach far outside my comfort zone, making new friends, meeting new teachers, and becoming acclimated to a new environment. I was fortunate, however, because I was immediately accepted into the Wildcat family. I remember how the atmosphere of the whole school was electric on game days, the feeling of camaraderie in the Heritage Club, and the sheer joy that we shared after beating Hoggard at Legion Stadium for the first time in 15 years. And who will ever forget beating West Charlotte in basketball to win state in 2012? I could go on forever, but the biggest lesson that I learned from this experience is that sometimes the hardest decisions have the best outcomes. Sometimes taking a risk and stepping outside your comfort zone can lead to a more successful and prosperous future. As I've gone through life, I learned that any path worth taking will have its challenges, uncertainties, and obstacles. More importantly, I've learned that these paths do not have to be taken alone. We as Wildcats have built a tremendous foundation of cooperation, mutual respect, and shared visions. Having resources such as these should comfort us as we face the headwinds of the future. The journey is exciting yet terrifying at the same time, but when you put these together, you form an adventure. As freshmen, we were all nervous yet simultaneously excited, curious for what the next 4 years would have in store for us. And now, as we sit together as a class for the very last time, we may be apprehensive about the future, specifically the next 4 years, just as we were 4 years ago. But one thing that I've learned at New Hanover is that success happens when hard work and preparation meet opportunity. And we should take comfort in the fact that we do have control over how well we prepare for school, career, and family. These are things within our control, but we must never lose sight of the fact that we must be ready to recognize opportunities and be willing to embrace them when they appear. Would Bill Gates have been as successful and made as many contributions to society had he not been prepared for the dawn of the computer era? Likewise, would he have been as successful had he grown up at a different time? You cannot control your opportunities, but you can position yourself to be in the right place at the right time through hard work, inquisitiveness, not accepting the status quo, and being willing to step outside your comfort zone. And as we leave here today, let us commit to preparing ourselves intellectually and emotionally, and always look beyond the horizon for new opportunities and challenges. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank our families, friends, teachers, coaches, and all others who helped us get to where we are today. It would have been impossible without your constant support, encouragement, and guidance. And as we continue on into the future, keep in mind what Mr. Finn said on the intercom every morning. Respect self, respect others, and respect tradition. No matter what you choose to do, if you live by those words, you will be victorious. We are the class of 2013, the 90th graduating class of New Hanover High School, and we will carry this legacy of success into the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, class of 2013. 2 decades ago, Bill Clinton was president. The Twin Towers were still standing. Minimum wage was $4.25, and gas was only $1.07. The Dallas Cowboys were the Super Bowl champs. There was no Facebook or Instagram, and a tweet was simply a sound a bird made. There were no iPhones, iPads, or even iPods. But most importantly, there were none of us. The world has changed a lot since then, and so have we. 13 years ago, our education began. 13 years ago, we dressed up, put on our backpacks, and took numerous pictures in front of our front doors with non-digital cameras. Because how could our parents resist a fabulous photo op of our first day of school? 13 years ago, in the words of the great rapper Drake, we started from the bottom. Now we're here. We learned a lot that first year in kindergarten. Beyond our basic shapes and colors, we learned about sharing, playing fair, and to finish what we started. And of course, how wonderful a thing nap time is. And those are lessons that I still count among the best. We continued to learn after kindergarten, things like calculating volumes of solids with known cross-sections and the terms of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. They may not be as useful as sharing in nap time, but they're still educational. But we also learned a lot outside of school, and much of what I learned came from a man who's always been a positive influence on me. A man who is my lifelong hero and idol. A man who has inspired me countless times through elementary, middle, and high school. The man I am talking about is, of course, Batman. Sorry, Dad. Through Batman and the Dark Knight saga, I have learned to take risks, to learn from my failures, and that we are defined by what we do. To those of you unfortunate enough to not have seen the movies, I apologize beforehand for the upcoming spoilers. The first thing Batman taught me was you have to take risks in order to succeed. In The Dark Knight Rises, Batman was trapped in the worst prison of all. Worst of all because freedom was visible, but impossible to get to because of a treacherous climb. Of course, Batman tried to climb out with a rope harness, but he failed. He tells a fellow prisoner that he is not afraid of death, thinking that is a strength. The prisoner tells him that not fearing death makes him weaker, not stronger, because he is not risking everything, not giving it his all. Batman takes that advice and attempts to jump one last time, this time without the rope. A fall would mean his death, but with this greater incentive for success, he makes the leap and escapes to freedom. We, too, have taken risks to get where we are today. While many of us may not have put our lives on the line to get through school, we have all had to take risks to make the jump without the rope. We threw off those training wheels and rode our bikes two-wheeled. We jumped in the deep end of the pool and doggy-paddled our way onward. We took the harder class. We let go of our fear and asked that girl or guy on a date. We put the possibility of a scraped knee, a mouthful of water, and a moment of shame behind us, and we took risks. Those leaps of faith have put us where we are now, on the verge of one of our greatest successes to date. But because we have taken so many risks, we have inevitably failed at some times, which brings us to our second life lesson. Learn from your failures. Even Batman failed. Last summer, when The Dark Knight Rises finally came to theaters, I am sure I'm not the only one who shed a tear at the midnight premiere when Bane broke Batman's back. But Batman did not let that destroy him. Instead, he recovered, escaped from prison, and put Bane in his place as he saved Gotham City once again. In all of our own risk-taking, daredevil activities, we too have sometimes failed. But when we have not let that defeat us. From broken bones and stitches to failing a test. Hey, some of us have even hit our best friend's car in a parking lot when we first got our licenses. Or maybe that's just me, but in any case, no matter how hard any of us have tried to succeed, we have failed. To quote Thomas Wayne, father of Batman, "Why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves up." So why did we fall, class of 2013? So we could learn to pick ourselves up. And pick ourselves up we have. We have all moved on from our failures. We did not shift the blame or make excuses. Well, sometimes we did, but we still learn from them. We shed our casts and stitches and got back on the playing field. We studied harder for the next test. And for those of us that hit our best friend's car, well, we got a job to pay for repairs and make sure we now look behind us when backing out. Anyways, we have learned from our failures and come back better and stronger than ever. It is learning from our failures that is a sign of true greatness, and it is visible in all of us here today because we are here, graduating. The third Dark Knight lesson is that you are defined by what you do, so make it count. You know, Batman was once in a place a lot of us have been. Batman was trying to win over the heart of a girl. Now, whether it was a girl or a guy, we have all been there. In the process of trying to swoon his crush, Batman learns a lesson. As he walks out of dinner, soaking wet with supermodels hanging on each of his arms, he sees his beloved Rachel. And she judges him. "It's not who I am underneath," Batman exclaims, trying to defend himself. At which point, Rachel replies, "It's not who you are underneath, it's what you do that defines you." Now, that's great, isn't it? It's not who you are underneath, it's what you do that defines you. No matter where any of us have come from, no matter what happened in our pasts, we are here today to graduate from high school. Our kindergarten teachers will be proud. We finished what we started. We've done something good. And that is an accomplishment that defines each and every one of us. The world has changed a lot in the last 2 decades, most importantly because we became a part of it. And it will continue to change, but now we will be the ones making things happen. Whatever our passion, talent, or purpose, we will achieve things we cannot even begin to imagine. So congratulations, class of 2013, on what we have achieved so far, and good luck for what is to come. Take risks, accept and learn from failures, and be defined by going out and doing things that matter.
Friends and families in class of 2013, I have in my binder right now 2 speeches. One is the formal 20-minute speech. One is the fun 10-minute speech. Clap if you want the formal 20-minute speech. Now clap if you want the fun 10-minute speech. Class of 2013, I just want to talk to you for a little bit today, and then we'll get on to the business of handing out your diplomas. First of all, it has been an honor to be here with you today to address this very special class with whom I've been so blessed to spend the last 2 years with, my seniors, my kids, my class of 2013. I would like to share with you some inspiring words that were brought to my attention by a woman named Harriet Blevins. She's a pastor here in Wilmington at Life Community Church, and after reading these words, I felt them necessary to share with you. So here we go. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives, but be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you, Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone may destroy overnight, but build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, others may be jealous, but be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough, but give the world the best you have anyway. Why? Because in the end, all of this is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. If you Google this passage, you'll find that it was written by a woman named Mother Teresa of Calcutta. So here we are today. We quoted Drake and Mother Teresa and Batman. I share them with you today in hopes that you will find comfort in the spirit behind them, because they apply to you. They apply to us. They apply to Hanover. If they ever applied to any high school, they certainly apply to New Hanover High School with this class of 2013. You are getting ready to receive a high school diploma. You are going to shake my hand in about 10 minutes and then walk down those stairs. Before the hour passes, you will be a New Hanover High School graduate, one of over 36,000 who came before you on a day just like today. Over 36,000 Hanover graduates have gone off into the world, and some have found great success, while others have experienced failure. But all of them have something to teach you. And someday, you will have something to teach others who walk this stage behind you. For this diploma is not a guaranteed ticket to instant success, fame, and fortune. It is, however, a passport saying, I am here, I am ready, bring it on. And this passport will allow you to take that journey to new opportunities to make a difference in the real world. Many folks are going to tell you that the real world is a very scary place, that it's going to chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful. But talking to one of my former college basketball players, TJ Chofie from Providence, Rhode Island, he reminded me that, you know what, these kids, they have lived in the real world for what will end up being 25% of their lives. So you know what you're walking into. You can do this. Because your high school looks more like the real world than any other high school around. And you made it. You learn how to work with people who might not look like you, but they are Hanover. They might not talk like you do, but they are New Hanover. They might not go to the same church or live in the same neighborhood, but they are New Hanover. On top of that, you completed all of your courses despite the challenge your real world presents to you each and every day. And although I hope that you all have all the support in the world from your parents and your friends and your relatives, I ask you not to make the mistake of believing that it is you against anyone else in this world. Do not compare yourself to anyone else, because you don't have to. Your job, your task, your final New Hanover homework assignment, your station in life is to be the very best you that you can be. At this time, I want you guys to all lock arms. I want you to close your eyes, if you will, trust me. I want you to think about your first days at New Hanover High School, in particular your senior year. You see us? That's us. That's us, Montrell and Trayvon and Tyleek, Spencer and Zach and Rodney. That's us down in Scotland County on their football field, handing them a big fat loss. That's us Lyceum Academy students putting the fear of the diamond into every single private school who want to be like you, but you do it for free. Hey, that's us, Jason and Sophie. That's us up in the senior steps on that cool September morning making presidential speeches in front of the entire school. That's us, Shaquan. That's us, Byron, fulfilling our promise we made to each other 2 years ago that we would one day see each other on this stage. That's us, Molly, solving all the world's problems over a cup of coffee during first period. That's us, Jenna, finding a new way, succeeding on your own terms. That is us, Danny Voigt, never backing down, never giving up, never compromising despite heavy obstacles, and now you can relax. Class of 2013, that's us, sweltering in a Princess Street gym before our senior march last fall with a promise that we would do this once again someday soon in a gym a little bit bigger. Well, here we are. That's us, New Hanover High, learning about the tragedy at Sandy Hook last winter and reflecting on what we could do to make our school a little safer for our little brothers and sisters and how fragile life really is. That's us who met at the flagpole for the last month saying 3, 2, 1, see you. Class of 2013, that's us measuring ourselves against the best we can be, not about what anyone else says we can or can't be. You have done more than you could imagine when it came to helping us become a better New Hanover High School. I want to thank you for the part you played in teaching others to become young leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion, and allowing me into your world to help guide and steer you the best I could. The 3 classes behind you watched you closely. They saw you make the effort to make Hanover a better place for them. Whether you realize it or not, you became role models. You helped to make your chapter as this 90th graduating class one that will be forever remembered as a turning point in Hanover history, as families begin to seek your school, your hallways, your classrooms, your lockers, your seats, and your teachers as the most viable option for their children heading off to high school in Wilmington. You've done that. I am so very proud of you, those who made it here easily, and those who had to struggle along the way, and those who maybe never believed that this day would come. Well, it came. We are here. We did this together. Class of 2013, I love you. You will always be my seniors. And keep in mind forever that when things get tough, you can always come back home. A major influence in your journey from freshman year to this stage today is getting ready to move on himself. So I'm going to ask Mr. Blackmore to take my place at this podium and hand you off to the board chair. Without further ado, Mr. Blackmore, I present to you the class of 2013. And class of 2013, I present to you Mr. Jackie Blackmore.
First of all, I'm very appreciative of Mr. Finn for the opportunity at this moment to briefly address the audience, and especially the class of 2013 on their special day. For 25 years, serving as a teacher, coach, and administrator at New Hanover High School, my alma mater, has been the greatest honor of my life. For this privilege, I wish to give thanks to the New Hanover County Board of Education and to Superintendent Dr. Tim Markley for their faith in me and for their unwavering support. For this opportunity to serve our students, I sincerely thank you. To my colleagues, teachers, staff, and administrators, it has been an honor and pleasure to stand with you in the face of the multiple challenges we confront each day. I thank you for your professionalism, your unending concern for our students, and your friendship. I charge you to continue the mission and find a way to ensure the success of all students. You are certainly needed now more than ever, and my prayers are with you. To the parents and families of our graduates, I wish to convey my gratitude for entrusting those which you hold most dearly to the care of myself and the staff of New Hanover High School. There is no greater vote of confidence or more solemn responsibility than the safety and education of your children. I sincerely thank you for this most humbling and rewarding job assignment. And parents, I congratulate you as well for your persistence, your patience, your support, and your love in leading the class of 2013 to this joyous day. And now to this year's graduating class, the class of 2013. The past 4 years has been one great adventure, working with you all first as silly freshmen, then as giddy sophomores, then as awakening juniors, and finally arriving to this day as graduating seniors. We've had many highlights, and we've had some lowlights. We've laughed a lot together, and we've cried together. But through it all, we have maintained that common bond that 89 New Hanover High School senior classes before you have shared. As our school motto forever reminds us, our strength lies in unity. And as you are the final graduating class I will attend to with their ceremony, the class of 2013 will always bear a unique distinction in my memory and in my heart. And so, having this final opportunity to share with you, I can think of nothing more meaningful than to challenge each of you to become the young leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion that Mr. Finn has encouraged you to be. To the class of 2013, may you be blessed throughout your lives. We are and always will be New Hanover. And now, Chairman Hayes, it is with great pride we present to you the New Hanover High School class of 2013.
Good evening, Wildcats. On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to welcome everyone here today, and we also would like to extend our congratulations to the class of 2013. But before I go any further, I'd like to take a personal note, or add a personal note, in that we as a board, we as a system, are very proud of all of our high schools and all of our graduates. What you may not know is that your school board, this is our 6th graduation so far this year. We're very proud of Isaac Bear. We're very proud of Wilmington Early College. We're very proud of Mosley Performance Learning Center, which graduated last night. So far today, we're very proud of Ashley High School, which graduated this morning. Right before you was, I've heard that name in here today, Hoggard High School, right before you today, and at 7:30 tonight we will have Laney High School. But I must say, as a little personal aside, that of the 90 graduating classes, and we won't get into years, but I am proud to say, as I look out at the colors, black and orange, I'm very proud to say that I also graduated from New Hanover High School. I won't say the year. All I'll simply say is it was the 19 in front of the year. It wasn't a 2000 whatever, it was a 19 something, and that's as far as I'll go. So I, as board chair, am very proud that I graduated from New Hanover High School, but also Mrs. Jeanette Nichols. Ms. Nichols, if you'd please stand. Yeah. The board vice chair. She also is a proud graduate of New Hanover High School. I will just go with the 19 again, right? Just 19, and we'll leave it at that. Yeah, not 18, it was 19. Now that leaves one board member on the stage, Mr. Edward Higgins. Now Mr. Higgins did not have the good fortune to graduate from New Hanover High School. We don't hold that against him, but because he's just not from this area, so we can't hold it against him. But one thing he does have in his favor, he had 3 illustrious, bright children. Guess where all 3 of his children graduated? New Hanover High School. So we include Ed in our group, but we are very proud of you. Like I say, we're very proud of all of our high schools, but I must say it is special for me to speak to the graduates of New Hanover High School, since that was the school that I attended and am so fond of the memories that I have. So we celebrate with you and your families as you celebrate this graduation day. We wish you much success as you travel down the highway of life. You'll need to make wise decisions, not only on where you travel on that highway, but also who you allow to travel with you. Also realize that every now and then you run into a detour, so be prepared. Now, one thing I always like to do, I know you're going many different directions upon graduation, but I know there's a certain number of you that have decided to serve your country upon graduation by joining the military. So at this time, I would like for those that are entering the military upon graduation, I would like for you to please stand and be recognized, and please remain standing. Please remain standing. And at this time, I would also, to help us, now please remain standing. You're going to the military, you don't sit down or they tell you. But at this time, I would also like any active duty military we have in our audience and all of our veterans that are in our audience, will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you very much, and you may be seated. I truly believe that we live in perilous times and want to thank those that have served, those that serve today, and those that will have the honor to serve. Because really, those decisions to serve that have been made, those decisions make this graduation day possible. Now, on your travels on that highway of life that you're embarking, how far will you travel on that highway? Well, that's entirely for you to decide. I would just like to share a quote with you from George Washington Carver. And his quote on how far you will go goes like this: "How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and strong. Because someday in your life, you will have been all of these." God bless you. I hope you travel far down that highway, and I wish you much success in life. Now, by the power vested to me by the state of North Carolina and you, Hanover County, and upon certification that these students have met the graduation requirements as outlined by the state of North Carolina, I deem that these students are eligible for graduation. Mr. Finn, will you please prepare your students to receive their diplomas, and once again, congratulations.
Wildcat Nation, as we prepare for the big moment to take this stack of diplomas and put them with their rightful owners, would like to ask that we please keep in mind the dignity and respect that each and every one of these students has earned. As their moms and dads want to hear their names as well, if we could please refrain from applause until after all of the graduates have received their diplomas, we would greatly appreciate that. At this point in time, marshals, prepare your graduates.
Spencer Anthony Lewis. Hunter William Dawson. Sophie Fiona Cott. Madison Day Jones. Brayla Carson Costin. Jason Hunter Murphy. Sarah Elizabeth Bayless. Hannah Leslie Bosu. Heather Marie Caudle. Madeline Merritt Drury. How are you, Rosie? Catherine Ross Harris. Kyle Harris Hodges. Stephen Blake Ledger. Jason Nicholas Maraveas. Sarah Lyle McMurty. Blake Montana Migliara. John Patrick Pascarella. Sarah Gabrielle Pittman. Robert Joseph Sr. Kimberly Sumner Thornton. Mark Stephen Tinsley. David Grayson Weatherford. Kristen Gwen Young. Abdelrahim Abdelrebel Nabi. Ariana Aguilar. Bonnie Violet Allison. Elizabeth Jasmine Alston. Gregory Lazon Anderson. Christian Allen Andrews. Andrew Thomas Arant. Kiera Ann Ash. Montrell Keyshawn Baldwin. Micron DeHardy Ballard. Joshua Patrick Barrett. Did he say? We're going to go ahead and allow reasonable applause after each graduate at this time. Olivia Jennifer Bartholomew. Catherine Lorraine Shamee Bartlett. Joseph William Basquill. Tamrisk Lamont Beatty. Jade Alexis Beavers. Victoria Elizabeth Beatty. Brian David Bell, Jr. Marissa Ann Bell. Sean Lamar Bell, Jr. Chelsea Simone Bellamy. Naja Garil Bannerman. Peyton Antonia Bernard. Joshua Keelan Bessett. Emily Grace Bay. Leslie Nicole Bay. Taylor Nicole Blanton. Graham Hill Blossom. Aubrey Taylor Bordeaux. Shaquan Malik Boston. Tanner Moore Bowerman. Caroline Anna Brewer. Daiquay Kaiwan Brown. Nicole Brown. Trayvon Cottrell Brown. Traquan Bokeem Brown. William Lodge Brown. Lillian Claire Brownlow. Tashiana Annette Bruce. Jasmine Tian Bryant. Alexander Stovall Bullard. Joshua Vincent Burgess. Takesha Monique Burns. Tristan Antonio Burns. Rachel Lynette Kaysen. Sydney Marie Carlson. Terry Jermaine Carmichael, Jr. Jasmine Simone Carr. Victoria Caroline Cartret. Hannah Louise Carver. Taryn Reed Casper. Adam Alexander Odell Ezekiel Angelus Chandler. Logan Araya Chaucer. Caitlin Sierra Chavis. Anthony Lyon Clark. Jada Lachey Clark. Alexandra Bjernes Clarkson. Abigail Ray Clemens. Megan Elizabeth Cole. Jerry Douglas Coleman III. Joshua Comfort. Solana Marie Cooper. Spencer Dalton Craven. Victoria Jean Cruz. Anthony Rashad Cromartie. Tanisha Jean Daly. Joseph James Daly. Taylor Ann Daniels. Reagan Elizabeth Daltrey. Aaron Daniel Turner Davis. Taquan Naheem Davis. Zachary James Davis. Abigail Margaret Dawson. Jennifer Marie DeLucia. Wilbert Alberto D'Amata Moreno. Daniel Jefferson Denton. Darius David Deputy. Tiana Simone Deschamps. Skylar Paxton DeYoung. Matthew Tiberius DiBiase. Amosia Miracle Tia Diamond Dixon. Richard Scott Dodson. Colin Thomas Dolan. Darius Antonio Dowdy. Shamel Raquan Dow. Damian Duarte. Donovan Duarte. Grant Andrew Dunlop. Darian Robert Dernan. David Van Akins. Elizabeth Marie Eakins. Hunter Cole Eason. Garrett Luke Ellers. Zachary Winslow Ellis. Brian Thomas Embler. Kate Lynn Fields. Jack Vincent Fitzgerald. Mark Edward Fleshman. Kaylin Muldoon Flynn. Isaiah Rai Framila. Caleb Alexander Fuller. Wesley Lennon Gainey. Francisco Garcia Alpuche. Casey Matthew Garrett. Brianna DeJour George. Molly Brayford Gibson.
Hunter Lee Gilliam. Yeah. Nail Jihad Glover. Miriam Itzel Gomez Guzman. Jesus Gonzalez. Cheyenne Cecilia Gordon. Aliyah Tashia Gore. Brittany Michelle Green. Asia Marie Green. Deprecia Tonette Green. Summer Korea Green. Madison Renee Greeno. Dalen Spencer Grubb. Jason Earl Gutwald. Dominique Violet Hall. Stephanie Hallman. Courtney Brianna Hand. Dakota James Hansley. Rodney Tyrone Hansley. Octavia Shonteria Hardy. Madison Jean Harper. Lamar Hemingway. Taylor Philip Higgins. Dontrell Jermaine Hill. Sydney Ann Hines. Christopher Aaron Height. Grayson John Hodges. Nigel Dewante Holly. Jaquel Lavelle Holiday. Elizabeth Fairfax Horton. Xavier Miquel Horton. Sada Rose Hudson. Ashley Sky Hunter. Tatum Lane Jacaruso. Christian Thomas James. Scotty Grant James. General Johnson Jarman. Ann O'Kelly Jewell. Cole Goodwill Johnson. David D'Angelo Johnson. Nakia Jamesia Johnson. Brittany Nicole Jones. Caitlin Larnice Jones. Julia Michelle Jones. Nathan Michael Justice. John Leggett Kellum. Boston Tyler Kennedy. Bodil Bain Kinney. April King. Delaney Ann King. John Robert King. Zachary Alexander Kirkby. Julie Bell Kotler. Sarah Marie Lanier. Alexis Mackenzie Larrabee. Ruth Ariel Law. Brittany Amber Lawrence. Savannah Jordan Lawton. Alfonso Roberto Lassiter. Catherine Jane Leader. Ada Lane Lee. Donovan Hogstow Levy. Byron Jaquan Lewis. Daquan Alexander Locke. Aaron Carol Long. Wei J. Lin. Adara L. Mack. Sally Bennett Manning. Kyle Griffin Maples. Bethea Tinsley Marbley. Logan Elizabeth Markham. Mia Marley. David William Marlowe II. Dwayne Allen McCall. Kayshawn Devontae McCall. Taylor Lee McDuffie. Abigail Louise McFarland. Montrese Jermaine McIntyre. Centaya Shaddai McIntyre. Candace Brittany McLean. Shania Brianna McLaughlin. Chelsea Noel Medeiros. Chantel Melina Mendoza. Jessica Lee Mentink. Gabrielle Elizabeth Merriweather. Jacob William Meyer. Sean Patrick Miggins. Jeremiah Thomas Milgram. Antonio Dwayne Miller. Peter Dunton Miller. Shane Denzel Jermaine Milner. Kennedy Nicole Mintz. Shantiqua McMillan. Warren Richardson. Way to go, Timmy. James Timothy Newton. Brenna Geraldine Mix. James Andrew Moffitt. Tamia Regine Montgomery. Vivian Marie Moore. Alfred Lavelle Moore. Zachary David Moore. Robert Lewis Morgan. Khalil Malik Morris. Cherokee Wilson Moats.
Adriana Catherine Matola. Amber Marie Navarro. Carson Quinn Neal. Aaron Yates Neal. Reginald J.B. Nelson. Ronald T. Noble. Mary Garner Oden. Ricardo Iram Oliveras Zaragoza. Michael Shane O'Rourke II. William Lawrence Owens. Katie Christine Pace. 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage Senior Airman Aaron Pace of the 341st Logistics Readiness Squadron, who was granted early leave from his deployment in Afghanistan to be here today for his sister's graduation. Caroline Susanna Paquin. Haley Marie Parker. Justin David Parmalee. Luke James Paulson. Tasha Rose Pavlika. Ryan Martin Payne. Karina Paz. Leah? Yeah, but Leah in the middle. Toriana Leah Pendleton. Jesse Bird Perkins. Quentin Turner Perkins. Amalia Kiria Perry. Shamir Dejour Petaway. Destiny Monique Petaway. Christian Sawyer Lee Phillips. Talik Shamel Pickett Williams. Erica Louise Pierce. Felicia Michelle Powell. Emily Ann Power. Aubrey Anna Price. Michaela Lorraine Reagan. Kudeja Takesha Nichelle Reagan. Cesar Eduardo Ramirez. Nadine Ali Ramoni. Ashley Danielle Rabbits. Anthony Tyshawn Ray. Sarah Lindsay Register. Nicholas Anthony Religa. Ethan Alexander Rice. Dante Vashon Richard. Eric Alexander Richardson. Jada Simone Richardson. Keith Lamont Richardson, Jr. Raekwon Jamar Richardson. Yeah. Kara Sutra Ryder Lindemon. Janella Aisha Rincon. Summer Jean Ravenbark. Katrina Renee Robinson. Kelsey Sierra Robinson. Malik Iman Robinson. Roy Lee Robinson. Larisha Charlene Rogers. Estelle Sylvia Rohr. Luis Fernando Rojas. Alex Rojas Sereno. Catherine Mavis Rose. Olivia Brianna Rose. Angel Shatiria Ross. Brittany Jean Rouse. Kayla Michelle Rowell. Shauna Nicole Rufel. Carla Morelis. Madeline Asbury Seyfried. Anna Fraser Sandlin. Christina Lynn Sandoval. Ashley Santabanez. Edgar Cardenas Santos.
William Arthur Seabury. Taylor Davis Seashore. Bradley Reynolds Silochin. Nadia Sellers. Alexis Simone Sellers. Zachary Reed Shapiro. DeMarcus Daquan Shaw. Jenna Nicole Shaw. Patrick Keyshawn Shaw. Ajuana Sabrina Shelton. Andrew Sean Shakui. Chance Tyler Simmons. Jalea Marie Simmons. Trishana Nicole Simpson Nelson. Brianna Rodriguez Sims. Mystique Terrell Singleton. William Patrick Sisk. Jordan Bagley Sistrunk. Curtis James Smith. Darius Lindell Smith. Jason Capri Smith. Trinautica Decovia Smith. Jeshaya Antoinette Sneed. Christopher Stephen Spell. Markevius Ray Spicer. Matthew Owen Stevens. Cameron Lee Stone. Stephen Jeffrey Strader. Shannon Brooke Strickland. Thet Sway. Antonio Montrell Swepson. Spencer Alexander Zaloki. Brittany Rose Tench. Carlos I. Justine Lotho Terring. Kiana Taisha Terry. Colin Blake Thacker. Robert Allen Tidwell. Nicole Susanna Tiller. Christopher DeAnton Toomer. Jonette Torres. Jesus Jonathan Trejo. Ebony Troy Bailey. Jacqueline Grace Turner. Jamini Xiomara Vasquez. Niza Vera. Logan Warren Vick. Danielle Nicole Vogt. Shirley Wade. Brewan Waddell. Lonnie Lee Wallace. Evan Bruce Walsh. Sydney Marin Ward. Wantori Bahij Ward. Epiphany Ray Washington. Mercedes Starlette Washington. Tyjon Shaquan Washington. Nathaniel Adam Watson. George Garrison Webb. Alan Miller Wells. Kiernan Beatrice Wesson. Antoinette Sloan White. Ruth Carson Whitesides. Rebecca Marie Wiggins. Blair Hughes Wilkins. Anisha Ariel Williams. Joshua Spencer Williams. Marquin Jerome Williams. Taylor Lee Williams. Toriano James Williams. Brian Markel Wilson. Tashira Shonique Wilson. Rachel Michelle Wine. Shadeja Marie Winfield. Ashley Nicole Winton. Ruby Blue Wyatt. Frederick Omar Yakubu. Richard Ahmed Yakubu. Aquasia Lachey Zanders.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, staff, administrators, and most of all, my fellow graduates. One more time for us. It has been 3 years, 9 months, and 14 days since we began our journey together as the class of 2013. And we have come together to celebrate our accomplishments in one final moment. But this moment is like no other moment before, and will be like no other moment to come. This moment is auspicious. This moment is pivotal. This moment is special. So let's enjoy this moment, for we know not what our next moments hold. We know not of the obstacles and challenges we will face as we continue to make our dreams realities. Gail Sayre said it best. I have learned that if you want to make it bad enough, no matter how bad it is, you can make it. Although we do not know what lies ahead of us, we do know what lies within us. We seek to form young leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion. We are New Hanover. Class of 2013, we made it.
At this time, class of 2013, together we will turn our tassels. Congratulations.